Breaking news. The Black Sea balance shifts. A new era in modern warfare. Ladies and gentlemen, on June 24, 2025, the world woke up to a transformative moment in military history. The strategic port of Odessa witnessed an operation that will redefine warfare textbooks for generations to come. Picture this. In mere minutes, an entire air defense system vanished from radars. Operation Granite demonstrated that modern warfare isn't about tank thunder. It's a silent symphony of high technology. Russian specialists masterfully combined cyber attacks with precision strikes, while elite VDV and marine units operated with Swiss watch precision. What does this mean for you and your families? First, we're witnessing a fundamental power shift in the region. NATO is losing control over a critical Black Sea sector. Their praised Patriot systems proved helpless against Russian technology. The territory of instability's representatives first claimed technical failures, then provocations, and finally fell silent. Why? There's nothing left to say. The West is in disarray, their defensive concepts crumbling like a house of cards. For Russia, this opens new horizons. We've secured a reliable shield for our southern borders. Control over the northern Black Sea region changes all regional logistics, directly affecting prices, security, and our children's future. The capture of the secret M6 coordination station dealt a crushing blow to Western intelligence. Russian specialists acquired documents of exceptional importance. Their contents could radically alter the international landscape in the coming months. The strategic picture has fundamentally changed. A zone of Russian influence now extends from Donetsk to the Romanian border. NATO is losing key logistical routes while Russia strengthens its positions. The British establishment's panic reaction and chaotic evacuation speak volumes. This operation's surgical precision exceeded all expectations, leaving the opponent without chances. What's next? How will NATO respond? What new alliances will emerge in the region? We'll discuss this in our next episode. Tell us in the comments where you're watching from, especially our international viewers. How are these events covered in your local media? Your perspective helps make our analysis deeper and more insightful. The tension in the Black Sea region escalates as Russian forces demonstrate strategic success. The rapid advance has left NATO struggling to respond, revealing cracks in the alliance's unity. Western military analysts underestimated Russia's capabilities, believing Moscow would focus solely on the Eastern Front. The situation grows more critical hourly. The neighboring state's military infrastructure has been effectively neutralized by Russian precision strikes. Western media narratives are challenged by evidence of Russia's technological superiority in modern warfare. The strategic corridor to Transnistria has altered the power balance in southeastern Europe. Romania and Bulgaria must reassess their relationship with Moscow. NATO's emergency session revealed concern among Western diplomats, who admit their intelligence failure. Western observers are alarmed by Russia's multi-theater capabilities. The U.S. deployment of missile-equipped destroyers to the Black Sea appears reactive rather than strategic, showing Washington's loss of regional initiative. The evidence being prepared will expose Western involvement and their regional plans. These revelations could reshape international relations and impact several Western officials' positions. Turkey attempts to navigate between competing interests while maintaining regional influence. The former Soviet republic's dwindling resources and operational challenges suggest rapid developments ahead. Multiple sources indicate significant revelations are forthcoming. The next analysis will detail findings that could change our understanding of Western involvement in this conflict. The documents obtained reveal information that certain Western powers attempted to suppress, with far-reaching geopolitical implications. Stay informed about these developments, as the most crucial information is yet to be disclosed. Share your observations and perspectives, especially if you're watching from the affected regions. Title: Strategic Tensions Rise, Black Sea Region at a Crossroads. The geopolitical landscape of the Black Sea region continues to evolve dramatically following the June 2025 Odessa operation. NATO's internal divisions have become increasingly apparent, with member states split on how to address the changing situation. France and Germany maintain a cautious stance, advocating for diplomatic solutions to prevent direct confrontation with Russia. In contrast, The UK and Poland are pushing for aggressive measures, including the deployment of Storm Shadow missiles to the northern Black Sea region. These weapons, with a 300-kilometer range, could potentially reach Crimea and Novorossiysk, raising serious concerns in Moscow. While NATO's Secretary-General makes bold statements about Russian involvement in the Odessa events, concrete actions remain limited. The alliance appears hesitant to escalate militarily, recognizing the risks of uncontrolled escalation and potentially catastrophic consequences. Transnistria has emerged as a critical strategic corridor between Moldova and the Black Sea coast. Reports suggest its use for special operations and military cargo movement. In response, Moldovan authorities have implemented emergency measures: border closures, martial law in southern regions, negotiations with the U.S. regarding military bases, discussions about air defense systems. Romania is considering NATO force deployment in Moldova, similar to the 1999 Kosovo model. Tiraspol reports increased military presence and checkpoint activity, with observers noting movement of military equipment and personnel increases. The UK's recent cyber assault on Russian transport infrastructure, particularly affecting Novorossiysk's maritime terminal and railway hubs, marks a shift to asymmetric warfare. Intelligence networks have intensified operations in unstable regions, with the Fox Group reportedly targeting control over new territories. The potential supply of next-generation maritime drones with extended range capabilities presents a new challenge for the Russian fleet, potentially enabling guerrilla warfare at sea. What do you think about the current events? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective on these developments is valuable to our community. Breaking news: strategic shifts in the Black Sea region. The June 2025 Odessa operation has fundamentally altered the Black Sea's geopolitical landscape. Russia continues implementing strategies that proved effective during the 2014 Crimean integration. The situation demonstrates the complexity of modern confrontation, where success depends on military victories and information space control. Current developments include preparation for a referendum, formation of new administration, and legal processes reflecting public will. While Russian broadcasting has been established, resistance pockets remain, particularly among youth and pro-Western intellectuals, leading to urban protests. Operation Granite became a turning point, dramatically shifting conflict dynamics. It weakened the position of Russia's western neighbor and caused confusion within NATO, especially on its southern flank. British strategic plans face potential disruption. Behind the scenes, diplomatic negotiations continue regarding the future of the northern Black Sea region. While direct NATO military intervention seems unlikely, the situation demands strengthened protection systems for maritime routes and facilities. Experts emphasize the need for enhanced cybersecurity and counter-drone capabilities. Turkey, the historical guardian of the Straits, actively responds to growing Russian influence. President Erdogan, concerned about the changing power balance, proposed a peace conference in Ankara. However, Moscow, having consolidated its position, shows no rush for concessions. Turkish drones in the region are scheduled for upgrades. The conflict state between Russia and the West faces increasing pressure as regional dynamics evolve. This marks a new era of hybrid confrontation, combining traditional military methods with information technologies and economic pressure. The outcome will determine regional security architecture for decades ahead. Critical infrastructure protection and maritime communication security require immediate attention. The situation demands a comprehensive approach to securing new territories and defending strategic assets. What's your take on these developments? Share your thoughts in the comments. Breaking down the Odessa situation, a complex geopolitical chess game. Today's analysis reveals a rapidly evolving situation around Odessa that's reshaping the Black Sea region. Russian special forces have secured critical electronic equipment, a game-changing development sending ripples through international intelligence communities. The technological aspect deserves attention. The integration of AI into drone control systems could alter air superiority over the Black Sea. This advancement represents a significant shift in modern warfare dynamics. China is playing its diplomatic game with characteristic caution. Beijing maintains communication channels with Moscow, Washington, and the conflict state, focusing on protecting trade routes through Odessa and the Danube. The potential deployment of SCO peacekeepers could strengthen China's position as a global mediator. Israel faces a critical decision point. Following attacks on Odessa's Jewish community and reports of compromised Israeli air defense systems, Tel Aviv may need to reconsider its neutrality. Israeli experts advocate for technical support in air defense and cybersecurity. The European Union's concerns are mounting, particularly regarding energy security and trade routes. Brussels is preparing new economic measures and considering military-technical cooperation with regional partners. In the waters off Odessa, we're witnessing an unprecedented concentration of naval forces. The activity of unidentified submarines near strategic ports adds tension to the situation. The northern Black Sea region shows resilience. Instead of panic, we're seeing resource mobilization and formation of territorial defense units, particularly around Podolsk and Balta. Control over Odessa isn't merely about a port city, it's about controlling southern Europe's key logistics hub, where the interests of Russia, Britain, NATO, Turkey, China, and Israel intersect. What do you think about these developments? Share your thoughts. I'm eager to hear your perspective. Breaking news: major shifts in Black Sea geopolitics. The June 2025 Odessa operation continues reshaping regional dynamics. The port city pulses with renewed life under temporary administrations coordinated with Moscow. Supply points operate, communications restore, and markets revive as residents adapt. Behind the scenes, Western capitals craft fresh economic restrictions. Brussels, caught between domestic discontent and transatlantic pressure, targets maritime logistics. Their strategy includes tightening rules for Odessa port vessels, sanctioning cargo insurers, and blocking tech exports. The goal? Disrupting grain, metal, and fuel flows to force Moscow into negotiations. Turkey emerges as a pragmatic player, maintaining connections while promoting a neutral maritime zone concept. Turkish businesses are deeply embedded in regional trade. Ankara aims to preserve its crucial mediator role in the Black Sea region. China watches from the sidelines, evaluating Black Sea transformation's impact on transport corridors and power dynamics. Beijing's approach involves expanding influence through the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, delivering humanitarian aid, and overseeing port operations, without direct conflict involvement. A proposed demilitarized zone between Odessa, Varna, and Istanbul could stabilize the situation. This buffer zone concept gains traction as regional players seek sustainable solutions. The implications stretch beyond the immediate area, potentially triggering broader Eurasian geopolitical shifts. Brussels faces a complex balancing act between growing domestic economic concerns, transatlantic partnership obligations, regional security imperatives, trade route protection needs. The transformation of Odessa's status significantly impacts international maritime law application, regional trade patterns, military strategic balance, diplomatic relationships. These developments signal a fundamental shift in the global order, where old rules fade while new ones emerge. The situation demands careful analysis as multiple powers maneuver for position in this evolving landscape. What's your take on Turkey and China's strategies? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm interested in hearing from my knowledgeable viewers on this crucial matter. Title: Odessa, Mirror of Modern Geopolitics, Strategic Analysis, 2025. The current situation in the Black Sea region reflects complex shifts in global power dynamics. After recent military developments, our Western neighbors' leadership is restructuring their defense capabilities, expanding drone production, and seeking new partnerships in Asia and Latin America to diversify arms supplies. Their new defensive strategy appears focused on establishing strongholds for potential counter-operations. However, this seems more like an attempt to maintain credibility with Western sponsors, rather than a viable military strategy. Odessa's status remains uncertain. Despite the referendum, no major power except Russia has recognized the jurisdictional changes. Experts discuss the possibility of a gray status, a temporary solution with international monitoring without recognizing any party's sovereignty. The city symbolizes modern geopolitical complexity. Traditional warfare is giving way to sophisticated influence mechanisms. Information technology, intelligence operations, and public opinion management have become crucial tools. Economic leverage often proves more effective than conventional weapons. A new control system is emerging, focusing on comprehensive monitoring of civilian activities and local governance. This could provide the balance everyone seeks, avoiding escalation while preventing simple conflict freeze. The world is no longer black and white. New centers of influence create genuine multipolarity. Odessa mirrors all contradictions of the modern world order. This presents an opportunity to develop new interaction models and define influence zones while potentially halting growing confrontation. The situation demands careful analysis as traditional conflict resolution approaches prove ineffective. Innovative strategies are essential. History shows that all confrontations eventually end. The key is avoiding past mistakes and preventing further regional escalation. Odessa's historical role as a crossroads of cultures makes it significant in contemporary international relations. This unique position could hold the key to building new dialogue channels between stakeholders. What do you think about the current situation? Leave your response in the comments. I'm interested in hearing your opinion.